Weezy out of here. Weezy out of here. Weezy
All I know is grind. I know why the Lord status sending me blessings, I don't know why. Mama thought me for a place and look me in my face and then she started crying. My talent take me different places, I can say lately I've been dodging crime. Every day I'm high. Intoxicated, I done swallowed me a whole test and now I'm on a ride. Investigators try to put a cable on the table, I can't wear a wire. I done made it in without a label, trust me, I be stable for a while. I'ma bet on me. I don't care if it's $1.
Recovery. Well, it's as simple as this, boys. Boys and girls. If you're grinding every day, you've got to have, you've got to have time to recover. You've got to have time to let your body recoup. Not just your body. You've got to have time to let your mental just have some time off. For me, because I trade, obviously I trade Monday to Friday. Saturdays is the day where I don't even touch a chart. I don't touch anything to do with trading. If I'm really bored, I've got nothing else to do, then I will do back testing Saturday night. But most of the time, most of the Saturdays in my life, I just void for trading reasons. Just to have a full day off, not having to think about it, and just giving myself the day to basically come out of that mental phase. Because trading for me and trading for anyone else, and if anyone says opposite, then they're not a trader. But trading is very hard on the mental. I think it's third hardest mental jobs in the world, as in terms of like actual mental capacity, stress, psychology, whatever it may come to. It is one of the hardest jobs in the world. You have to be next level with a mental game in trading. And obviously when you're doing 5 days a week, you're doing sessions every day, it gets a lot, it catches up on you. So you have to give yourself a day at least in the week just to not even think about it, to recoup properly. All right, boys. So as that's cut out, obviously I was talking to you lot in my garage gym, but basically what I was saying is that on a Sunday I'll basically still have my to-do list. I'll still do what I have to do. Work-wise, I'll kind of leave that till the afternoon. So like my Sunday kind of gets split into the morning to like mid-afternoon is basically my recovery, and then going into the afternoon, I'll get back to work. I'll get back to trading. I'll get back to anything else I need to get done, and that will all be done in basically two parts of the day. That obviously separate for myself and separate for work. But basically, what I was saying in that clip was trading is literally a mental game. Like the majority of trading, 90% of what trading actually is psychology wise. It's tough on the mental, and obviously doing that 5 times a week, it builds up. And on top of everything else I'm doing, gym, football, discipline activities, it's a lot. So obviously coming to the weekend where I go ham 5 days a week, there needs to be procedures in place in order for me not to burn out, because I've experienced burnout before. And this is the whole reason why I'm making this vid, is to show you that how I can keep going at the pace I'm going at for basically months on end without having to really sidetrack from the path that I'm on. And now this will persist in obviously the weekends. I don't agree with taking the weekends off fully. I think that's wrong. I think the weekends are a time to get ahead. But obviously, when you are grinding in the week, majority of your work is in the week, then you have got to have some time, a couple hours a week, just purely on recovery for the mind and also for your body. Especially as someone that bangs gym out, I've been playing football, you know, it's tough when it builds up. Training a lot, training like what? I don't even know how many times a week I train. I don't go 5 days a week in the gym, and I have about 3 training sessions and football on a Saturday. So whatever that accumulates to, that is what I do on the physical aspects of my life. And then obviously with training as well, it just all builds up. So basically, I have this procedure in place. Obviously, what you just saw in the intro coming into this video, I'll do the sauna. Sauna is so good. I really think the sauna is a must for recovery. It's one of the best tools, one of the best things for recovery, not just for physical, not just for your body, but also for your mental. You get 20 to 30 minutes alone in the sauna where your thoughts just get to be your thoughts. Like you have no influencing, disturbing, um, exterior going on that can inflict in your brain, and your thoughts are just basically getting disciplined. You actually have 20 or whatever the time zone is. I have 20 to 30 minutes straight in the sauna, and that is purely, just straight through. That gives me time to actually think about my thoughts, think about what I want to think about, and obviously prepare me for the rest of the day, the next week coming up. And then it just really helps me get in that mindset and get in that mode, especially when I come to the desk and I crack on with work like this. So, yeah, I think that's a really big tool. And also, it's not just a chance for your thoughts to get out, but it's also a discipline. When you're in the sauna, it's hot. I think it's 80 degrees or some shit like that. And you're in there and it's hot and it's intense, but your brain has got to get through. If you say you're going to do 20 minutes, if you say you're going to do 30 minutes, you have to do that. Set a timer on your phone and don't step out of that sauna until that time's up. That's what I do. It turns into more of a discipline thing as well, where your brain has to go through a mental barrier. And then when you break through that mental barrier, we can complete that task. You're on a Sunday, you're on a recovery day, but you've just done a discipline activity that can set you up now for the rest of the week, that can build on your mental strength. And that's really why I talk about recovery. It's not taking the day off. It's not having, the day to relax, watch YouTube, Netflix, and do all that bullshit. It's time to, actually look after yourself, but prepare yourself as well. And I think it's really important to touch base on that. But as I was talking, obviously I'll do my to-do list on Sunday. I consist of a walk as well. So I'll do that for my mental, do that for my physical, and that comes in, that ties in. And what you find is most of these things on my recovery list do tie into the mental and physical aspect of each other. And that is why I do it. You get 2 for 1, and then you just get to be prepared for the next week. And that's really what I do. Saturdays, I take the day off fully from training, as I've said before, and I'll just go play football. I'll hang around with people I want to hang around, I'll have family time, and I'll just leave Saturday completely out of the grinding mix, because I feel like I just need that one day where I'm still doing some activities, but I'm also having the peace of mind of being around my family, being around, the loved ones, my close circle, and etc. Doing a little bit of work as well. So that is what I do as my recovery each week. So when you see this video, don't expect me to be taking the whole weekend off. Don't expect me to be even taking a whole day off, because that shit doesn't really happen. So yeah, with that being said, sorry for the mic cut off, but let's get back into it.
Rips up.
More rest and sex is all a nigga needs, and a lifetime of stress trying to put my mind at ease. I'm not looking at the phone, too much shit been going on, but while we got this moment of peace alone, girl, we should just get drunk.